Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Annālayāni Adiyeni Ānandre Āmidal Konudāyanako Urayundo Urayunnam Niyalla Yenne Ivatra Yennuire Yennam Yellor Sevai Kanne Undan Kadalil Adar Peruke Karvaye Kanne Undan Kadalil Adar Peruke Karvaye. Hari Om. Today morning we saw, instead of focusing your attention on an object, we just try to remain as a witness of all thoughts. As I told you yesterday, this is advanced technique, one notch higher, because it requires lot of awareness, lot of balance. It's not simple, it's not easy. See, to keep the mind on the sound of the mantra is comparatively easy, because there is some mantra to hold on, a support, and you need to only keep the mind on the sound. Whenever mind goes away, goes astray, then you remain alert and bring back the mind and try to keep it on the sound. So this is possible. It's not that difficult actually. But when you are asked to just remain quiet and watch and observe thoughts, emotions, ideas and concepts, what happens? Since we are not very alert, the mind takes us for a ride. We are not even aware that mind has started being carried away by the thought. Or without our knowledge, we would be sort of judging or fighting with the thought. Or we just doze off. As I told you yesterday, since we are not trained to sit like that, watch and observe thoughts, we feel very, very uncomfortable. It becomes very difficult. So, through practice, or the first technique, keeping the mind on the sound of the mantra, when you develop that kind of a balance and inner strength and concentration of mind, then you can strive to practice this kind of meditation in advance. But this is very effective. Why it is effective? Here, you are not asked to do anything. Just sit comfortably. Definitely the thoughts should arise. If thoughts are not arising, it's wonderful. Is that not so? Swamiji, you asked me to observe the thought, but no thoughts are arising. So should I invoke a thought and then watch it? Don't do that. You need not. You are already a blessed soul. You You are already there. So you just remain there. But that will not happen. Because we have got a lot of asanas and a lot of things comes up. So the thoughts would come, definitely. So here, we just watch and observe, not meddle. As I told you in the morning, we give power to the thought to trouble us or bind us. By giving value to the object contained in the thought. How we give value? Either we like it so much, we want to hold on to it, so we entertain it. Or we dislike the object contained in the thought, so we want to get rid of it. So both these ways, we give value. Because we have given value, they gain power and they produce. They are in me, I am not in them. Gurudev, in his lectures, he used to roar from the platform. I think it comes to the 7th chapter or 9th chapter. Nat aham teshu te mayi. Natu aham teshu. Aham. I am not in them. Teshu. Te mayi. They are in me. So he used to roar. They are in me. I am not in them. Meaning what? These thoughts cannot arise without me, the consciousness entirely. It is arising only in me. But I am not in them means what? I am not dependent on them for my existence. I am independent. I am Purna. So I am not in them. So they can never bind me. They can never trouble me. They can never entangle me. So with this idea, if you sit quietly, not getting any feeling of guilt or not getting scared, whatever may be the thought, even the basis of the thought, fine. Just because the thought is arising, you will never become very vulgar or very, base. Nobody can control thoughts. Like what sort of thoughts should come, nobody can say or nobody have any control over it. Anything can come in the mind. Even for a noblest of a person, sometimes a very awkward thought can come. It's the nature of the mind. Anything can come. And especially when we have put a lot of garbage inside, definitely all sorts of thoughts come. So, we watch and observe, allow it to pass. Our Swami used to say, the Quran, for a monkey, if it gets a wound, what it does? It cannot keep quiet. It meddles with that wound. It goes on, and then the wound becomes so big, so much so that that monkey will even die. Similarly, a viharam comes in the mind. Viharam means what? Some thought, odd thought, useless thought, whatever, emotions also, the feeling of whatever, desire, jealousy. When we go on meddling with that, because of our immaturity, meaning reacting with that, either through indulgence or through fighting, resisting, then that keeps continues, coming again and again. When we can just keep quiet and watch, allow them to pass, they cannot do anything. This is the secret. We have not experimented with it. We have not tried it. But it requires a lot of sattva, lot of balance, lot of awareness. So what happens slowly and steadily, if you practice this Sakshi Bhavana, witnessful, what happens? Thoughts rise, they fall. Thoughts rise, they fall. after some time, it's because you are not feeding the thought, feeding the mind with your raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. Slowly the mind settles down. Thoughts subside. And what happens? Everything is settled. At that point of time, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Na kinchidapi chintaye. You do not initiate any new thoughts. Meaning, don't entertain, don't initiate any thought. These are all thoughts only. These are all funny thoughts. Then people come and fall at my feet. I become a great jnani. See, people want Brahma Jnana, you know for what? To become a great jnani so that people worship. Don't initiate any thoughts. Don't even think about God. What? Yes. Because when everything settles down, where it is settling down, that is Paramatma. That source, that Hridaya Sthanam, that is the abode of Paramatma. You are already one with Him. You need not think about Him. When you think, you and Him becomes different. You are already one with Him. Be there. But you know what? I tell you, it's a very important aspect in meditation. The great sadhaks, they have given up everything in the world. For what? For Paramatma's sake. So they practice meditation. From the scriptures they have heard again and again that you should know the truth. You should know the Paramatma, the self, or you should have darshan, Ishvara darshan. You should see God. You know. So this sadhaka, the seeker, at that point of time, he will try to know the truth. Because he has known everything in the world, about everything in the world. Now he feels he should know the truth also. This is the catch. You know why? The truth is the very self. Self means what? The very subject matter. The essence of the very self, the subject. That can never become an object of knowledge. If you try to know the self also as an object, it no more remains as a subject. Self means a subject. I am. The essence of that I thought. When you try to know it, do you understand what I am saying? You are trying to make it as an object. If you make it as an object, it is conditioned by space and time. It becomes limited, then it is not Purna Paramatma. Purna Paramatma means it is unlimited. It is not constrained by anything, space, time, causation. When you try to know it, what you are trying to do, you are making it as an object. Object means it is in space, conditioned by space, conditioned by time, conditioned by causation. You understand what I am saying? So you can never ever know the Paramatma as an object, as you know everything in the world. You can only lose yourself and remain as Paramatma. So therefore, the real obstacle in the life of a seeker is objectification of truth. Now, he has given up everything of his world and he has been observing and watching what the thoughts to subside. And now, he is waiting for Paramatma to reveal. He is wanting to see him or wanting to know him. So what I am talking is a very, very subtle thing. It is there in everybody's heart, deep within. I want to know, I want to see, I want to experience. As long as I am there to experience something, then we are in the realm of mind only. Meaning, we are trying to see as an object only. I remaining as a seer, wanting to see it as an object. But it can never become an object because it is the very subject, Atma itself. It is Paramatma is unlimited. It is not constrained by anything, conditioned by anything. But by making it an object, you are conditioning it in space and time. You understand what I am saying? Very subtle thought. So you can never know it as an object. It is a very subject. So therefore, we should never try to know anything there. We should not try to see anything there. There, just be. It is called as be attitude. The final stage is called as be attitude. Attitude means what? A bhava, attitude. It's a be attitude. Just being, not knowing. See, to really explain or to reveal this truth only, this Arunachala Tattva has come. See, we are staying here in Arunachala Kshetra, where we are seeing the holy hill here, Arunachala. This holy hill has come into existence only to reveal this aspect of our spiritual journey. You know what happened? Brahmaji and Vishnuji, there is a story in the Purana, they were fighting with each other. Who is the supreme God? Brahmaji was saying, I only created everything. Only after me creating you can protect. Vishnu said, if I don't protect, what is the use of your creation? Everything will be destroyed. So both of them are fighting. Then it is said, Lord Shiva, Mudra, he appeared as infinite column of light. Adimudi Kanaka Sodiya Tondina. Infinite column of light he appeared in this Kshetra. That's what we celebrate as Shivratri. He appeared as infinite column of light in this Kshetra. Then both of them were very surprised and shocked. What is this? Then they decided, whoever could fathom or find out the Adi means what? The feet or Mudi, the crown of this infinite column of light, they are the Supreme God. So you know the story. Lord Vishnu, he took the form of a boar and he dug deep. He went down, digging the earth. And Brahmaji became swan and he went up. But both of them could not fathom the Adi or Mudi. Meaning, if Brahmaji and Vishnuji cannot fathom the Adi or Mudi, how can you and I fathom? Meaning, we cannot make it as an object and find out the Adi Mudi or see it as an object. We cannot know it. It is unknown. You cannot know it means you cannot never know it? No. When you abide in it, meaning you can only be the truth. When everything subsides, you are the truth. But the truth is of the nature of pure knowledge. Therefore, it is self-revealed. You need not know it, it is revealed to you. Please understand the difference. Because it is of the nature of knowledge. அது அறிவே ஸ்வரூபமா இருக்கிறதுனால அது அறிய தேவையில்லை. அது அறிவாகவே இருக்கிறதுனால அதுவாகவே இருக்கும்போது அது அதுவாகவே தன்னை ஒளிர்வித்துக் கொள்ளும். It is self-effulgent. Meaning it reveals itself by itself. Like the sun. You don't need a torch to see the sun. Sun is revealed by his own light. Similarly, Atma itself is Swayam Jyoti. It is revealed by itself. But all the sadhaks invariably, they get caught here. They want to see the truth. Why? My God, I have given up everything for the sake of knowing the truth. Having the darshan of Paramatma. And they must have watched the film also, funny films, Paramatma appearing as God and granting boons. So he wants to see God now. He may see some form also as God, but that is not the final. He has to realize as his own self, meaning there he has to lose himself. It is not to know anything, it is to lose oneself. Meaning the ego, the seer should die. Die means what? He should vanish. Like I told you in the morning, the Ukku Bommai, the salt doll, trying to fathom the depth of the ocean. Can it ever come and tell you back? It will just dissolve. Similarly, the ego, the seer, the knower, he has to go. He has to dissolve. Then the truth is of the nature of light, of the knowledge, so it is revealed by itself. So to explain this truth, Arunachala Tattva has come. So that infinite column of light, when the Devas and the other Rishi Munis, when they prayed and worshipped, that has become Arunachala. So Lord Shiva himself has become Arunachala, the holy book. So it is not the abode of Shiva, he is Shiva himself. So therefore people go around, because he is Shiva himself, the physical form of Shiva. So therefore, in the seat of meditation, if you try to know the truth, you cannot know the truth. You are objectifying it, there you fail. So what to be done? You have to lose yourself. Meaning, you wait, watch and observe everything. The self alone remains and it is revealed by itself, to itself. This is what Bhagavad Ramana says. But I tell you, very importantly, to lose oneself is a very scary thing. Why you are scared about death? It's a fear of losing oneself. Though we have heard different stories about what happens after death, but actually we don't know. The idea that I am going to perish is a very scary idea. It's in the seat of meditation, in the giddy heights of Atma Vichara or meditation, when the ego has to perish, dissolve, there is a big negative energy from within which will not allow it to happen. That is called as fear, the fear of unknown. So this sadhak has really traveled a long distance and he has come almost to the edge of or the end of his journey. But the final plunge is very difficult because there is a lot of fear. Either he wants to see the truth or know the truth. Then the Guru Maharaj says, no, you cannot see the truth or know the truth. You have to go. To lose oneself is a very scary thing. So that final leap into the self is the most difficult leap. There you need the grace. There you need a push. The Guru gives a push. That's why it is very important to begin with, to remember the Guru in your heart and offer yourself at the knees and say, oh Lord, I don't know anything, I am your child, I don't know anything. You have to protect me, you have to guide me, and you have to take care of everything. Good or bad, everything you have to take care. So the attitude of surrender. Then the fear, the element of fear vanishes. Because in the lap of the mother, nobody fears. There is a total security. There is total ekantam, or nimmadi. Adupola, when you feel the presence of the Sadguru or the Lord of your heart, Ishta Devata, and you are very, very confident that He is there, taking care of me, my yoga kshema, then you are not threatened. And I tell you, inside the heart, the Paramatma is the biggest magnet, spiritual magnet. When you turn within and when you seek the source, He sucks you from within. This is not a joke. This is not a cock and bull story. Bhagavan himself has said, he will pull you from within. Like a black hole, you are in a black hole, when you go, you are just sucked in. That's what they say. No? Have you heard about black hole? In the space, they say black hole. So much of magnetic field. Whatever goes there is sucked in. Similarly, when you turn within and go towards Paramatma, you are sucked inside. That is absorption. So that element of fear is very hard to conquer. So the grace is required. Because nobody wants to lose themselves. So it is called as the dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul means what? The soul, after reaching that state, is not wanting to lose itself. The final plunge is so scared. No, I cannot. Somebody should come from behind and push. Then that is why it's a very interesting thing. Once Sri Ramakrishna asked from Vivekananda, suppose you are a honeybee and it is a big vessel, full of amritam. From where will you drink? Full of amritam. If you are a honeybee, where will you drink? And Vivekananda thought about it and said, I will go into the edge of that vessel. It is full of amritam, right? And then I will bring to my heart's content, he said. He said, fool, you have to just jump into it. Because it's amritam. There is no death. Amritam. Amritam means what? You will never perish there. So why you fear? When you fall outside, you fall. When you fall inside, you rise. It is amritam. You can never die there. In fact, that is real life. So just plunge into it. That last plunge, that happens out of grace. To lose oneself is not a joke. The mind will allow you to do everything, but it will not allow you to sit for meditation. Do you know that? Why? Because in Atma Vichara meditation, it knows it will die. Nobody wants to commit suicide. So it will create lot of obstacles, trouble from within. So much of, things are thrown from within. Doubts. Doubt about everything, about God, about Guru, about scriptures. I tell you, these doubts are the biggest enemy. Samshayatma vinashyati, shraddhavan labhate jnana. So certain doubts are very funny, but it can trouble us so much. Not allow us to remain, rest in peace. It can create doubts. It can create fantastic world it can create. See, even Swami Shivananda says, you know what he says? This thing he has said, in a book he has said, when a sadhaka is really becoming subtle and subtle and subtle, when his mind is very purified, he says, even he would be tempted by the celestial, apsaras or whatever. You know what it means? It is not celestial apsaras. The mind can create wonderful things in the world one day. You may be surprised. It can happen. The mind will create everything. Maybe people may come to entangle you. People may come and shower a lot of love on you. People may take care of you so much. I tell you, this is a trap. for a sadhaka, is the biggest trap. He is not even aware. Because the Maya will not allow you just like that to glide into the truth. It comes as a motive. I am not scaring anybody. I am telling you the truth. Mind can create so many things. Mind can create so much of obstacle. One has to be very aware. One has to hold on to the feet of the Lord. And one has to strike. So when a seeker becomes more and more and more and more subtle, more and more purified, he needs to be more and more careful. Therefore, the final plunge is the most beautiful thing. It happens because of His grace. But I tell you one more thing. It is not enough if you plunge inside and you have realized once. No. Because Bhagavan says, even after that, the mind may come up and create the same samsara. He says, all the vasanas should be roasted and his mind should be completely annihilated. So he says, Mano Nasham. திரும்பி முளைக்கவே கூடாது அந்த மனசு, திரும்பி எழவே கூடாது. அந்த நிலைக்கு போனாலும் one is safe. Safe means what? One at a time. சும்மா ஏகதேசம் ஒரு முறை ரெண்டு முறை அந்த செல்ஃப் அப்படி அவாய்ட் பண்ணாவோ அது இருந்தாலும் ஒரு பிரயோஜனமே இல்லை. ஏன் ஒரு பிரயோஜனம் சொன்னு கேட்டா, course you have got the glimpse again and again will kill you, but still one has to be very careful. Because the mano நாசம்ன்றது அடையிற வரைக்கும் mind can create all sorts of obstacles. So today, what we have spoken to you, when you watch and observe the mind, the thoughts will subside. For that we need a lot of sattva, awareness, be awake, alert, so that you can go on watching it without indulging in it or resisting or fighting against it. But when the mind quietens, when you allow it to quieten, it will disappear actually. But this foolish sadhaka, out of his immaturity and ignorance, he wants to know the truth. So he is once again initiating new thought processes. Where is the truth? I am not seeing it. I am not experiencing it. See, he is disturbing himself with the idea, I want to know the truth. The mind is settling down, it is becoming nothing. But this fellow, out of his foolishness, arey ella odan only poche enga truth. You are the truth. Oh, you fool, you are the truth. But he wants to see where is the truth. The person who is seeing, he is the truth. But he wants to see the truth or know the truth. This is the biggest subject. Objectification. Stop it. You can never know the truth. Even Brahma and Vishnu has not known it. You can never know the truth. Just be the truth. Lose yourself. Let everything subside. You need not know the truth. Be awake. Don't go to sleep. Be awake. Let everything subside. You need not know the truth. See, you need not know anything about the world, because world is false. Anyway, it has got its own prarabdha. You need not know about your life also. It is all epova mudita karya. When you take this body, everything is determined. You need not know about God. Because ultimately God is a myth. Ultimately. You need to know only yourself. There also you cannot know yourself. So you need not know about the world, Ishvara, and you cannot know about yourself. அறிவதற்கு ஒன்றுமில்லை, சும்மா இரு. This is the ultimate உபதேச. அறிவதற்கு ஒன்றுமில்லை, சும்மா இரு. அப்படியே சும்மா இருந்துட்டா எல்லாம் ஓஞ்சு போயிடுச்சுன்னா அவ்வளோதான். இதுதான் புத்திஸ்ட் மாம் சொல்றாங்க. புத்திஸ்ட் என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, சூன்யம் என்ன சொல்றாங்க கேட்டா, எல்லாம் ஓஞ்சு போச்சுன்னா முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. நமக்கு ரொம்ப ஸ்கேரியா இருக்கு. எல்லாம் ஓஞ்சு போச்சு, எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, அப்புறம் என்ன அவ்வளோதான் இருக்கும், அவ்வளோ. Then what? You will not be there to ask this question. Then what? Then what will happen to me, to this world, to my relationships, to wife and children? You will not be there to worry about this. Only it's very scary. வேண்டாம் நினைக்கலாம். நான் பாட்டுக்கு ஏதோ குடும்பத்தில் நடத்தி சந்தோஷமா சாப்பிட்டு தூங்கி இருக்கேன். இதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம் அவங்க எனக்கு. நாயமாத்மா பலஹீனேன லப்யஹ. This truth is not for weak-minded, weak-hearted. This is only for Dhiras. This truth is only for Dhiras. One who is ready to lose everything. Lose everything. And just be. So, this spiritual pursuit is not to gain anything. It is to lose everything. Only in losing everything, you gain everything. It is not for fickle-hearted. The Mother is something here. But we should not lose heart. Because what we are thinking to be happiness in this world is actually sorrow. We are miserable actually in this world. We don't even know that. But in this crucifixion, there is resurrection. When we say Jesus is crucified, what does it mean? In the cross, I am not the body. In that he is crucified. Meaning, only in the death of the ego, the real life resurrection. So it is not that scary. You lose everything, it is not that you lose everything. Meaning, the personality, the ahankara will die, but afterwards only, there is real life. Meaning, what happens, the vision is, you see the perfect oneness. Now we see everything to be different. And myself and the world. Myself versus rest of the world. This is how we live now. Then we have Raga Dvesha, we have everything. But there is no you, I, he, she, it. ஓங்காரம் இடையில் நீதேறி பார்த்தேன் ஒன்றையும் காணேன் அடி குதம்பாய் ஒன்றையும் காணேன் அடி. ஆங்காரம் போச்சுது, ஆனந்தம் போச்சுது, அவனே நான் ஆனேன் அடி குதம்பாய் அவனே நான் ஆனேன் அடி. நீங்காத நிம்மல நிட்டை படித்தது நீ நான் இல்லை அடி குதம்பாய் நீ நான் இல்லை அடி. தூங்காமல் தூங்கும் சுகம் வந்து வாய்த்தது சும்மா இருந்தேன் அடி குதம்பாய் சும்மா இருந்தேன். நீ நான் இல்லை அடி, அங்கு நீ நான் தான் கிடையாது. There is only perfect oneness. In that oneness, there is true love. Only when the ego dies, there is true love. That love is called as unbashable. As long as the ego is there, we are not loving anybody truly. We are loving only ourselves. Only when the ego dies, there is true love. Otherwise, all the love, everything is only selfish love. Even the love of the mother or the father or anybody is all selfish love. As long as the ego is there, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. We love only ourselves. Since because somebody is giving us happiness, we love them. When that person stops giving happiness, we also stop caring for them. Only in the death of the ego, there is perfect oneness. Only in that state, there is true love. There is true joy. There is true peace. So therefore, sooner or later, we have to take this plunge. This is the goal of human life, human existence. Our Hindu Shastras say, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Meaning, we have to earn wealth, yes, but with Dharma. Right means. We can indulge in pleasure, no wrong, nothing wrong in it, but with Dharma. Dharma is very important to purify the mind, to make the mind pakwa. And after that, not this world, moksha is our goal. Moksha means what? To realize the Paramatma in our own heart. That is moksha. There is a true peace, true joy, true love. One has to reach there. It is possible. நீங்கள் சொல்கிறத பார்த்தா ஏதோ பாசிட்டிவாக இல்லையே சொன்னீங்க, அப்படி இல்லை. நான் சும்மா ஒரு பேச்சுக்காக அப்படிலாம் பிரமாதமாக அலங்காரமாக சொல்கிறேன். ஆனால் என்னென்னு இதெல்லாம் பாசிபிள், ரொம்ப பாசிபிள். இது பாசிபிள். When we can meditate sincerely, it may not happen, immediately. Maybe in 15, 20 years, 25 years, maybe. Why not? Or even if you are very pure, it may happen even tomorrow. Nobody knows. There was one great thinker, Eckhart Tolle. He never studied anything, he never aspired for anything. One morning he got up from the sleep, everything was so strange for him. He got an experience, nobody knows why. Like Bhagavan getting that experience. At least he had fear of death. This person didn't have anything. Suddenly everything was different. He could not understand anything. To come to terms with that experience, he had to spend 2-3 years, it seems. He discussed with so many Mahatmas, he came here and he discussed, and then he found out this is the ultimate experience. Nobody knows why it happened. It happened. Yapashya, sapashya. That's it. So, I don't know, maybe the God's grace that may happen just like that, without any effort also. So, we need not despair. Therefore, this meditation, we should start somewhere. So, what I promised you, today's topic is the final touches. Before taking the final plunge, what are the two things, important thing? When we remind as a Sakshi, when everything subsides, we should not initiate any new thought. How we initiate? By wanting to know the self. No. You cannot know the self. You need not know the self. Be the self. And the second thing is, there will be a lot of obstacles from within and without. So we have to be extremely alert, careful. And the final plunge, that happens out of grace. If I say it happens out of your own samathyam, only ego is asserting itself. But ego is obstacle. If I say the final plunge happens because of your buddhisalitanam, my buddhisalitanam is my ego only, that ego should go, that ego should die. That is why it is said it is not out of your samathyam or buddhisalitanam, it is out of His grace. மதிக்கு ஒளி தந்து, மதிக்கு ஒளி தந்து, மதிக்குள் ஒளிரும், மதியினை உள்ளே மடக்கி, பதியில் பதித்திடுதல் அன்றி, பதியை, பதி means Lord, Atma the self, பதியை மதியால் மதித்திடுதல் எங்கன் மதி. Bhagwan Ramana is உள்ளதுனார், most beautiful verse. மதிக்கு ஒளி தந்து, மதி means புத்தி. மதிக்கு ஒளி தந்து, it illuminates the buddhi. மதிக்குள் ஒளிரும், it can only be experienced in the Vijnanamaya portion. அப்படிப்பட்ட அந்த மதியினை உள்ளே மடக்கி, to turn within the attention. மதியினை உள்ளே மடக்கி, பதியில் பதித்திடுதல் அன்றி, பதி means the self, அதில் பதித்திடுதல் அன்றி. You have to Get rooted in that. Padiyai madiyal maditidudal engal. How can we ever know him? The Padiyai madiyal maditidudal. How can you measure him? Know him? Madi, think. So therefore, you cannot be known that way. You can only be there. This is the final touch given by the Guru. And then the final plunge, Guru gives you the strength. He gives you the abhayam. Abhayam means, you know what? This is abhayam. When Guru gives abhayam, you know what it is? See, from the sublime to ridiculous, don't mistake me. Now it comes to my mind, what can I do? Have you watched that Mr. Bean? He was about to jump into a swimming pool from a diving board. Diving board. அது பார்த்துருக்கேன் அந்த மிஸ்டர் பி. அதில் குதிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி தவழுவோம். இருக்கும். கெனாட். இன்னும் யோசிச்சுட்டே இருப்போம். ஆனால் சின்ன பசங்க 2 பேர் சிரிச்சுட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அவனுக்கு வெக்கமாக இருக்கும். ஐயோ அவங்க ஒரே தலை தள்ளி விட்டுருவாங்க வயசில். தோப்பு விடுவோம். Whenever I see that, I am reminded, be also like that. You are very scared to lose oneself. The Guru has to come and kick. The final kick. The penalty goal. Final kick money. Goal kick. Swami, but we don't have any Guru. What we will do? Then we will not get a final kick. Suddenly you start crying. Where to find a good Guru? Can we Google and find it? I want a very wonderful Guru who can kick me into that. Google haywire. It will show results for kick, for Guru, for that. See, Atma the self is the real Guru. So don't worry, if you don't even have a personal Guru or a live Guru, Atma the self is your Guru. If you are really devoted, if you surrender, he himself kicks you and he himself pulls you. So everything happens. So therefore the final plunge is taken. And then the experience of oneness. Oneness, means what, The same self in me is expressing as a self in all. All means all. Right from the ant or insects till Brahmaji or anybody for that matter, the same self is expressing. This is the revelation. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am the knower from all the kshetram, from all the equipments, from all the kshetram in this field, the body. I am the knower. Kshetra kshetrajnayo jnanam yattat jnanam matam mama. This is the real knowledge. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. So therefore, experience is one of perfect oneness. See, in that perfect oneness, I told you, there is true compassion and love. Because you see yourself in everybody. Why a mother loves the child? Because she sees herself in the child. Is that not so? That is why the love is very spontaneous. Whatever the child does, still she loves. Why? She sees herself. Similarly, if this Mahatma can see himself in everybody, that is true love. Genuine compassion, true love. And when he reaches that abode, there, Guruna api na vichalyate, Gita says. Guruna means what? Even a biggest sorrow, the worst tragedy cannot afflict him, touch him. Meaning, he has gone beyond where all these external stimuli or or internal disturbances cannot reach you. Once they asked Nisargadatta Maharaj, if somebody beheads you, he says, even then there is no change in my experience or my state. He said, even then there is no change in my state. That is that state. They are rooted there. There, no sukham, no dukkham. There is only bliss in what? Anandam. That is a different thing. And they become, what is it called? Kalangarai Vilakathu Lighthouse. There are so many souls, jivas, trying to reach the shore. They become like the lighthouse, trying to guide everybody. But Swamiji, in that state, you said there is nobody. Yes, there is nobody only. But in the relative existence, as if there are jivas trying to strive and come out of bondage. As if this is relative satya. So in that relative field, he becomes the Kalangarai Vilakam, lighthouse. He becomes the light for others to follow. And no more desires. Because he has experienced that Purna, that total. So no more desire. Why desires come into our heart? Because we feel incomplete within. We don't feel that completeness. இப்போ ஒருத்தனுக்கு அறுசுவை விருந்து போட்டீங்க, means you have served him food, all sorts of wonderful, delicious food you have served, and he has eaten. I cannot eat anymore. If you go and offer him a jalebi, what do you say? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want a jalebi. Why? Because it is from here till here it is there. You want to see? I can even show you. மூக்கு பிடிக்க சாப்பிடணும், மூக்கு ஒளிய வந்துடும் போல. அதான் மூக்கு பிடிக்க சாப்பிடணும். Then he doesn't want anything. Why? He is full. So in that state of total fullness, mind is not there to desire anything, and there is nothing to desire also, no objects to desire also. So total annihilation of all desires, no fear, because the Atma, the self, is imperishable, and there is nothing other than the self to sort of terrorize or threaten this person. So therefore no fear, no desire, no fear, total peace, not disturbed by sukha dukkha or mana avamana. No pairs of opposites can disturb him. And he becomes the source of all light and true love and compassion. And no more going and coming. Pokum varavum punaruvilla punyane. No more going anywhere or coming into any womb. Karuvil vara karanam kanga. We should never enter into the womb again. Mother's womb again. Any mother. Why? It's all miserable existence. So therefore, he will never come back as an individual back into this world. Meaning, totally, he has attained Paranirvana, total fulfillment. And that is the goal shown by our great masters. When he abides there, continuously, when the mind is annihilated, Manonasham Anaparatu, no more going and coming. Because there is nobody to die. He is already dead and gone. How can he die again? How a dead person can die? Can ever dead person die? He is already dead. Ego is dead and gone. Who will die? So if there is no death, who will be reborn? And there is no world to be reborn. There is nothing other than himself. And there is no fear, there is no desire. And nothing can disturb his peace. And there is only true love and compassion. If you say there is nobody, then where is the question of true love and compassion? You can never understand this from this standpoint. You go there and see. That's what Gurudev always used to say. Swamiji, why you started this? If you say that in that ultimate state there is nothing, and you say that you have already attained that, why did you start this mission? He said, you can never understand this. You can never understand this. What is the reason for these Mahatma's compassion? Abhyaja Karunamurti, there is no reason for his compassion. Because his nature is of compassion. அவனுடைய சுயமே என்னது? திரு அருள் தான் அவனுடைய உண்மையான ஸ்வரூபமே. He is not having compassion. He is embodiment of compassion. He is compassion itself. He is not having love. He is love itself. It is not he is having love. He is love itself. He is not having compassion for anybody. He is compassion itself. அவன் திருவருளை செய்யறது கிடையாது, அவனே திருவருளாக இருக்கான். அதனால அவனோட சந்நிதி அவ்வளோ விசேஷமாக இருக்கு. அந்த சந்நிதியில் வந்தாலே எல்லாருடைய மனசும் ஒடுங்கிடும். When you come into that realm, that sannidhi, everybody's mind just sinks into the heart. So this is the experience, final experience. That gatva nanivartante, after that no coming back. And this is the most beautiful, most wonderful, adbhutam, ati adbhutam. And it cannot be expressed in words. It cannot be conceived through mind or even the intellect. It cannot be shared. One has to oneself abide there and experience. If you say experience, then is there an experience or? We don't ask such question, because there everything is known, everything is revealed. Experience without the experiencer. So this is the ultimate state. So where we should start? We should start leading the life of Dharma. In our day-to-day life, we should do our duties, not expecting anything, offering to the Lord. We should develop devotion towards the Lord and towards our teacher. And then we should try to sit for a long time in the posture, Sukham Stiram Asana. And then, to some extent, you have to take this prana and the mind. So watch the prana. The prana will subside. When you watch the prana, prana will subside. When you watch the thoughts, thoughts will subside. When you watch, everything is done. You become a watchdog. So, after that, to gain strength, inner strength, this meditation on an object needs to be practiced. Otherwise, mind is very weak, very, very brittle. So, you keep the mind or your attention on the sound of the mantra and go on practicing it to gain that inner strength. Chitta ekagratam. It's a very powerful thing. And then, you need not do anything. Watch and observe. Reduce your raga dvesha, attachment and repulsion. Live in the world. தண்ணீரில் தாமரையிலையும் தண்ணீரும் போல சொன்னாங்களே, அது மாதிரி ஒட்டும் ஒட்டாமையும் பட்டும் படாமலும் தொட்டும் தொடாமலும். You try to live that way. Boat can be in the water. Water cannot be in the boat. Ramakrishna this. ஓடம் தண்ணிக்குள்ள இருக்கலாம், தண்ணி ஓடத்துக்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடாது. You can be living in the world, but you should not carry the world in your head. Or world should not possess you. And the more we have to live, and we have to practice this meditation. So when you become a sakshi, not swayed by anything, everything subsides. When everything subsides, don't initiate new thoughts. Not even about God. Don't think of the final beatitude also. Eppo kadaikum, eppadi irukum, none of your business. Let everything settle down. Let the ego die. Don't fear anything because you are not alone. Atma, the self, is your real self. Your Guru, he is within your own heart, waiting to embrace you. He is there waiting for janmas, 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 waiting for you. He loves you so much more than you love him. He loves you so much more than you love him. He is waiting anxiously for you. You are not turning. You are getting lost in this world. What can he do? You turn. He is there to embrace you, to make yourself his own. He is waiting there. He is waiting there with anxiety. Nikala Sonar, Surendran, Arunachala is chasing me. I am not chasing Arunachala. He said beautiful words. Arunachala is chasing me. Enne vidamattara. Oh, what a confidence. The Lord is waiting. Impatiently he is waiting. He has given us so much of long rope. Vandruva, Ippa Vandruva, Appa Vandruva. Ippa Vandruva, Appa Vandruva. Shinna Paladane, Paravada, Paravada, Paravada. The Lord has been so kind and compassionate. He is waiting there. But we don't turn. We get lost saying this or that, giving this excuse or that excuse. We are all family people. What can we do? We have to take care of this, take care of that. We have to earn, we have to spend. We have to procreate. Vamsa Buddhi, Adu, Idu. So many things we say. And we don't turn. We don't heed to his flute. He is calling from within. Krishna is calling from within. But we are so engrossed. We are not heeding to his call. Just turn within. When you take few steps towards him, he comes running. Because he loves you so much. He can never forsake you, whatever you are. He can never forsake you. Because you are his own. How can he forsake you? Even if he gives you that experience, you are not ready for it. That is why he is waiting. If he wants, he can give you. But sometimes you are crushed in that experience. So he is waiting for you to become right. So come back to the source. He is waiting there to embrace you. So we have to turn within. That is what we have to turn. We have to do. And he will do the rest. He will do the rest. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate